Outlook for this Friday, the 22nd of September. I'm Cheryl Lemke.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Rick Griffin. Well, it's 5:30 in Philadelphia and 4:30 in Minneapolis, and we'll have the latest concerning the Northeast and the Midwest shortly. But right now, let's bring you up to date on Tropical Storm Helene. Here's the latest information. Once again, Helene is nearing landfall in what is a major heavy rain event. In preparation for the storm, military planes are now evacuated from the Florida Panhandle. Classes are canceled for the University of West Florida, plus schools in the Florida counties of Okaloosa, Walton, and Santa Rosa. The Red Cross has opened 7 shelters in 4 Florida counties. And now let's go to Cheryl for the latest on Tropical Storm Helene's position.
And here's the information that we have regarding Tropical Storm Helene. It's very close to be making landfall, probably making landfall in just a couple of hours or so. Right now, though, roughly centered about 30 miles southwest of Pensacola, Florida. It's still packing winds of 50 miles per hour and moving off in a northerly fashion. So we do expect it to be making landfall very close to the Western Florida Panhandle here very shortly. Now, at this point, tropical storm warnings continue in effect from the Big Bend area, Florida, and extending westbound through Pascagoula, Mississippi. And that does mean some gusty winds are possible in this area. But more importantly, the biggest concern that we have regarding this tropical storm, very heavy, copious amounts of rain. Just in the past 24 hours, we've had some reports of 3 to 5 inches of rain for parts of the Florida Panhandle. We've also had pockets of very heavy rain, too, lifting up towards northern Georgia. And we'll still see some really heavy torrential downpours through the day today. The main weather player, once again, is Tropical Storm Helene. Now, that will gradually weaken somewhat, though, as it continues to interact with land. But all that deep tropical moisture will stay in place across the southeast, and that moisture combining forces with an old frontal boundary that's sagging across the area, and we are talking about quite a bit of rainfall. Well, the rain continues right now near Huntsville and Anniston, Alabama, up towards around the Birmingham. Inches of rainfall.
And to the east of Mexico Beach, you can see the high waves here. The wind has not been a big factor, though. The heavy rain is causing some flooding, and further inland in Tallahassee, heavy rain causing a lot of flooding. At last count, 6.5 inches of rain in 3.5 hours. Also a risk of tornadoes in the area.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Weather Center, sponsored by American Power Conversion. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Bill Keneally. Thanks again for joining us. And Kelly, now that the system has come ashore, the next issue will be the rain in Georgia and eventually, I think, South Carolina and I think North Carolina tomorrow.
Mind you, we do need the rain, although it's all coming at once, it looks like.
Yeah, the rain is a big, big, big issue, folks, as we get into the holiday or the weekend. And again, might as well be a holiday if you go out of the rain. Meanwhile, we have the clouds very thick over Florida. Note this little shadow here. This is really a shadow cast. The sun is over here looking through the tops here and looking at this shadow. That just tells us it's a very tall storm, and it is putting down some very, very heavy rainfall. Okay, the frame is updated now. I want to show you the Tropical Storm Helene advisory as of 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And by the way, we'll have another advisory at 2 o'clock. That could very well be our last advisory. But as of 10 a.m. CDT or 11 a.m. EDT, it was still a tropical storm, centered at 30.9 north, 86.1 west, about 25 miles east-northeast of Crestview, Florida. Top winds are 40 miles per hour, so it's a minimal tropical storm. And the movement now north-northeast to 13. It should start to move more to the northeast and maybe even east-northeast later on today. Pressure way up there at 1,006 millibars. Amending the tropical storm warnings now, they run from Destin to the Osceola River. That does take in Apalachicola, Panama City, all the way over to about the Grayton Beach area. I want to show you another satellite picture. And here again, emphasizing the taller tops. That is where the heavier rain is being dropped through. And believe me, right over Tallahassee, just taking it on the chin. Since 8 o'clock in the morning through 11:30 in the morning, 6.5 inches of rain fell in Tallahassee. And for the duration now, the event closing in on 8 inches of rain. Flood watches up from North Florida all the way to southern areas of North Carolina. That will be our big flood potential area, and that's going to be the primary rain threat area. Let's show you that now in another fashion, and you'll see that these storms will likely put down the heaviest of rain in western and central Georgia, so Macon to Valdosta. Watch out on I-75 today. Pretty much near the track and right of the track, that'll be the areas of heaviest rain, and building up towards Columbia, South Carolina, which in the case of some of the big lakes up here could really use some rainfall, out say around Lake Murray. Let's take it back to the radar in the Atlanta metro. Look at all the rain here. Northern Fulton County, up towards the Cherokee County area now. So it looks like Roswell, Alpharetta, Mountain Park, running up west of Cumming. That's your heavy, heavy rainfall. Steady rain over the city. It's all heading generally to the north, northwest. And there's that rain building in the Carolinas now, so watch out west of Columbia, out to the Savannah Valley. More rain going North Carolina there from Wilmington all the way back to about the Tallahassee area. Now, as far as additional rain goes, again, in a broad assumption, I'd say 4 to 6, maybe 7 inches of rain near the track.